Hi everyone. I was going to go live into the Facebook page from Zoom because I've upgraded my Zoom, but for some reason it's not working. So I am back to recording and posting later on, which works. So we're not complaining. So today's masterclass, or this month's masterclass, is on how to release tension and stay positive through meditation and breathing. So I'm just going to share my slides for you today. So yeah, this we're going to do a few different techniques. We're going to have 5 different breathing and meditation techniques. And these are all quite different. You can use some of them together while you're in a meditation or doing your breathing and taking some time. Or you can use them all separately. As most of you know with me, I'm really keen on giving different techniques and you finding what's right for you. So just pick out what works for you or what's right at the time. But these different techniques are going to help you release negative thoughts from your mind. It's going to release tension from the body and help you to stay positive throughout your day. And I thought I was going to do this one because I feel that even if we do meditation, quite a bit, and breathing, we sometimes just forget some of the basic things. And I know when I hear something or I go to a class or do something, it's just the little things that I'm like, oh God, yeah, I need to put that back in. So I'm going to just go for a few of them to help jog our memory. Or if you've not done them before, we're going to do it quite basically from the beginning, so then you can just keep working on them. So the first one is deep breathing, and this will going to help us release tension. So I'm going to stop sharing so you get to see my pretty face again and a bit more close up so you can see what's going on. What we're going to do is, you can do this sitting in a chair. It is probably easier than laying down, this one. So you get yourself comfortable. You need to make sure you've got both feet on the ground. I know you can't see mine. So you're connecting to earth. And then when you're sitting, you don't want to slouch too much because then you're unable to take any deep breaths. I want you to sit up so you feel that your spine is stacked one on top of each other. So the arch in your back is not too far forward or too far back. So it's all stacked up. And then that goes all the way up to your head. And then you just feel your head sitting slightly on top, but just slightly relaxed. So drop your chin slightly. It's not too far up. Just keep it relaxed. And then we're just going to close our eyes. And then as we close our eyes, we're just going to take a few deep breaths in. And one more. By focusing on our breathing, we're actually stopping everything. We're stopping the brain from keep functioning and our body from moving. So we're just relaxing and taking a few deep breaths, just stopping and focusing on the breath. And as you release the deep breath out, just feel the shoulders drop, but your spine stay quite upright. A bit like there's a string pulling your head, and shoulders drop, because it's so easy, we're like this, we don't realize. And when we take those deep breaths, we just drop the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades go down the back of your back. So what we're going to start doing is breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're just going to start off gently with this one. So breathe in through the nose. Feel like you can feel that air breath coming in feeling the whole of your head. And then we breathe out through the mouth. And just keep doing this. And then what you can do is, as you start to breathe in, you keep carrying on as I'm talking. You breathe in and you feel positive and light coming in. And when you breathe out, you push out any negativity and tension. So breathe in, the positive, and out with the negative. Releasing all the tension in the body. And that's just one simple technique to do. You can just do the breathing and focus, or you can take it a bit further and focus on bringing in light and positivity and releasing all tension and negativity. Another breathing one is, I'm just going to move the camera so you can see, it's putting your hand here just under your rib cage, on your sort of diaphragm, solar plexus area, on the top of the stomach. And as you breathe in, you're going to feel the lungs pushing out to the rib cage and down into the stomach. And this is why you've got your hand on your stomach area so you can feel it. You want your hand to slightly raise as you breathe in. So this is getting you to really take a deep breath. So deep breath in, rib cage push out, and stomach slightly rises, and hold. And then release, feeling your hand come back in. And you keep doing that. Breathe in, fill the lungs and the stomach right down. Feel it pushing right down. And then just automatic release, and the hand comes back in and the stomach releases. This again is just helping release all the tension. You've heard me say before, when we're not feeling great, or we've been working at our desks a lot, or just there's a lot of tension, all that part is tight. So we want to just release it. And doing that a few times can help just calm us down. So very quick and easy techniques to add in through our day. Let's go back to what's number 2 is visualization, releasing negativity. So any of you that have listened to my visualization meditations in this group will know this technique, but I am going to remind you again. This one is when we close our eyes, and when we've got a lot going on, especially if we've got a lot of negativity going on around us or in our head, what we can do is just take the time just for a couple of minutes and just close our eyes again, do the few deep breaths, and then we're going to visualize a pot in front of you. Some people, it is just a pot. I know people that visualize skips. It can be a big hole, anything. And what you're going to do is into this pot or skip or bucket or whatever it is you're feeling, is you're going to release all your negativity. So close your eyes and imagine a pot. And into this pot, you're going to put everything you no longer need or want. All your fears, worries, feelings of negativity, insecurities. Just imagine them pouring out of you, pouring out of your mind and your body into that pot. And you just release all of this. You can feel it pouring out. You can imagine shoving it down. I know I've stood inside my pot before, a bit like they do with the grapes, stomping around, pushing it all in to get more in. And then when you feel that you've released everything you can today, you put a lid onto it and ask for it to be taken away, turned into positivity, and used for good whenever needed. Because we don't want to just chuck out negativity into the universe. We want it to be taken away and turned into good. Because just because we want to get rid of it doesn't mean we need to chuck it into anywhere else. So we need to consciously turn all that negativity into positivity. This can also just be a real cleansing process. I'm not saying it would make everything go away, but if you can just clear that, you can then start afresh with a clearer mind. So number 3 is scanning our body to release tension and negativity. When we can scan our body, this can be done in 2 parts. And this one actually, you can do sitting up or laying down on your bed or on the floor on your yoga mat, wherever it's comfortable. And you just close your eyes and scan over your body. And as you scan over, you start to feel where things aren't feeling good. Sometimes we can generally be taken to a part that's quite tight and tender and uncomfortable. And if you can't feel that, because everything's either too tight or you're just not used to scanning your body, you can start from the bottom and work your way up. You can start down at your feet and pick your left foot. How does it feel? Does it feel tight? Does it feel relaxed? Is there any pain anywhere? And as you work through your body, or you've just focused on an area that you know that hurts, look at it and feel if there's any related areas. Is it linked to another part of the body? So I'll give you an example. I've had some tension and tightness and problems with my hip. When I scan it and feel it, I can feel that there's tension up the back on the right hand side as well. It's pulling where the hip's all out. At the beginning, when it first happened, I could feel that there was tension in the knee and pulling on the knee because everything had been knocked out of place. And as I've done this, as we've been working on it and sorting it out, I've actually realised by this process that where we've had lockdown and I've been indoors for a lot longer, on and off for the last year, I've worn my slippers more than I've worn any other pair of shoes. And I generally wear inner soles. And by wearing the slippers, I haven't had my inner soles in. So now I've realised that my ankle's dropping in, pulling the knee, and has knocked the hip out. And because then that's overcompensating, I've now got tension through my hip and buttock area and up my back. And with support of other treatments and the constant knowledge and scanning of the body, and I do this when I either do my stretching or just laying in bed, I can feel how my body's sitting. And then this is just a great way to release that tension and see what you need to do to move forward, to be able to release it. The other part we can also do after scanning the different parts of the body. Like I said, you can work your way up separately and go through each part, or you just focus on the part that's the problem. When there is tension in that part, we can also close our eyes and focus on that and ask, is there an emotion attached to this tension? And you might have to sit there and keep asking the question and listen for a while. And especially at the beginning, this might not be a natural thing to come to your mind. But if you start really focusing and practicing on this, we can also see what it is that's attached to it, especially if it's an old problem in our body or tension, because then that's the build-up of things going on. When it's new, sometimes it could just be a physical thing, or sometimes there is an emotion, something's happened, and then something clicks in our body, and then that tension holds. If it's a lot in the lungs and through the solar plexus and all around the stomach area, there's a good chance that could be from tension and things we're struggling with. So as much as focusing on relaxing it, you can let go of those emotions, and that's why you're breathing in and out. Release the motion that you're holding and pull it out of the area that you're holding it in. Because our body actually holds physical, emotional stuff, and then it starts to come out on a physical level to let us know that we're not dealing with it. So it either can come out in anger and things like that, or it comes out in an illness on a physical level. So this then gives us the knowledge of what we need to work on an emotional level to release. Excuse me. Oh, that was obviously catching something in me, wasn't it? So we then need to release that, and then that helps release the physical as well. And you work the two together, and then you get a much stronger result with what you're working on. This can take a bit of practice because we can't always see it. But if we just keep going back and trying a couple of times a week, you will really find that it will pick up. And sometimes just by asking is setting the emotion into place to come out when it's ready. So the number 4 is muscle relaxation. So where we were going through the body and just finding out where that tension is or that emotion is, this is very similar. You can lay down or sit down. Sometimes with it is laying down, probably doing this on some of parts of your body. If it needs to be out flat, then it will be easier. So you just lay down on the bed or on the floor and you close your eyes. Feel the body slightly relax. And you go through the body. Again, we're going to start at the feet and work our way up. So as we go down to the feet, we can pick the left foot And again, see how it feels. But this time, what we're going to do, we're going to actually tighten all the muscles in the feet. We're going to screw them up, pull it all tight, and hold it for 10 seconds. And then we're going to release it. And we're going to do that a few times. So you pick a part of the body, tense it all up, and then release. And then you would work onto the right foot, and then onto your calves on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. And then you can imagine around the knee area. That one's a little bit harder, but you can just imagine it. You can do your thighs into your buttock and your hip area. You can release the tension, tighten the tension and the muscles all around the stomach and intestine area, and then release. Or you can just find that's aching. If you don't have the time to do the whole process. So if it was our shoulders, we would be holding them up really tight for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then release. And then you do it again. And you hold it really tight, really pushing it in, and then release. And by counteracting the two of tightening and releasing, every time you release, the body just lets go a little bit more because it's been holding so tight. And the problem is in our world today, we run around and we're all getting tighter and tighter, but we forget to release. When we go, I'm trying to relax, we can't. So then push even more, even if it's tight, and then it will drop. And again, this is a process to work on. You can do it with your hands, you can do it with the arms, push them in. So you can do the two together, or lay them out and tighten your hands and all up your arm. And then you release. And this is a great way to let all the tension out. So you pull in and then release. So you can pick which part of the body you're doing and just really focus on that. And if there's quite a lot of tension in that area, it's worth to keep going back to that area. Tighten in and release. And then the last one, we're going to go back to visualization. And again, anyone who's worked with me quite a bit will know that focusing and visualizing on something positive, I'm really all for, because then it imprints that into our brain. We can then visualize that to be able to stay positive and have something to work towards. So with this one, we want to think about what is it you want, or how do you want things to be, or how do you want to feel? So if you're quite stressed and you want to feel calm, you picture yourself being calm and relaxed. If you're wanting something or your life to be a certain way, you visualize that way and see everything. And we actually really go right down to feeling the stuff around us. And it doesn't matter if you can't see it all, but just feel it in the body and then just picture different things. Or it could be sounds, the nice peaceful sounds. Because some of us hear, some of us see, and some of us feel, and then some of us have all of them. But just focus on how you want it to be. And just keep feeling that, picture it, imagine it, imagine the people with you, how you're going to feel when you have all that. When we do this one, it's definitely good to let go of all the negative first into your pot, and then picture what you're wanting. And then when you get that picture and you can feel it in your body, you can really have it in your mind. I want you to hold it in your body and stay really, really focused on it. And by keep revisiting this part and this picture and this feeling, we really will start to see it and believe it. And then when we come out of the visualization, it's easiest us to stay positive and get focused on what we want to work towards. So if we're having a bad time at the moment and things aren't too good, and it's quite hard to see how things are going to change, just focus on how you want it to be. Don't worry about how it's going to, just how you want it to be. And as we do this, it's great for us and our mind, but we're also putting out to the universe what it is we want. So then we put it out there, and then it will come to us in some shape or form in the right way at the right time. It will then give us what we need to get there. And it will give you the ideas of which way to step and move forward. This doesn't always happen in the visualization, it will just happen in life. But keep focusing towards that. And even outside the meditation, you can write it down. Write down what it is you want, where you want to be, how you want it to be. And just put that piece of paper away in the drawer, and it's there. You've put it out there. And when you're feeling a little bit lost and feeling overwhelmed with everything and not feeling great, just go back to that place of this is where I'm going to be, this is how I'm going to feel, and these are the people around me. Be realistic though. Don't try and change someone. It's up to them to change. Just focus on you and what you want. So I hope these 5 tips help you. It's not as long this week on the thing, but I just think they're really basic things that we need to come back to, because we forget about them. You can do all of them together, like I said. You can run through and do your negative, your deep breathing, clearing it all out, then clearing your visualization of your negative. You can then scan the body for any tension and ask for its emotion and release that. You can then tighten that area and release it. And then you can visualize a positive way and how you want things to be. So it's a great combination, but it's also very simple, quick things you can do each day to release tension and stay positive. I hope this helps and you at least get one thing from this workshop today, and you can really put that into your life. If you do, please, 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 I know not everyone does it, but please write in the Facebook. Let me know how you're getting on, so I know that you're getting the most out of all these videos. And I just want to know what's going on and how's it. Share some stuff with me. tell me that you've tried it and how it worked, or if it didn't work, and then we can talk some more. So thank you for joining me today. And I hope, like I said, you got as much as you can out of this, and let me know how you get on. And I will see you next month. Take care. Bye.